it's going to get below zero, and when that happens, you need to make sure your car is prepared for that. So we have Preston here from Mcgrath Auto, and he's going to show us what you need to do to winterize your car now when it's comfortable to do so, to prepare for later. So what is the number one thing we should start with?
Number one thing basically is getting the vehicle prepared for cold weather.
Right.
When weather cools down, it's hard on everything mechanical too. Coolant checking, battery checking, stuff like that. Especially when snow hits, we're going to have traction issues with tires. A lot of people think about getting traction, but you also have to worry about stopping in snow and ice. So just making sure your tires are good and inflated first, and you have good tread depth as well.
So let's look at the tires, and how can you tell good tread versus
good
bad
depth,
tread?
basically, there's that old wives' tale where you can put Lincoln's head upside down on a penny and check that. That puts a tire at about 330 seconds depth. We start seeing traction breakdown around 530 seconds, so it's a little bit dated now. But,
so if you see more of Lincoln's head, then you need to get new tires.
Right, yeah. If you're only seeing between his hairline and the edge of the coin, then you're definitely in need of tires. But a lot of auto parts stores, they have a tire depth gauge where you can check. And like I said, around 530 seconds when we start seeing breakdown. And it's also important to remember that we're not only talking about traction when we're accelerating.
Okay, so we're back out here. It's a little chilly here, so our batteries got really cold and kind of died on us, but we got them back to life now. So we wanted to show you, we grabbed a coin to show you what Preston was talking about when it comes to traction. How much of that penny do you want to see when you put it on your tire?
And we want to see at least a Lincoln's hairline on the top here. So basically when we come down and check this, we usually checking the center of depth here. You can see we're far below. We're almost to his eye level there, which indicates a good tread depth. But if we were flown all the way up here where we're just barely seeing his hairline, that's definitely time for a tire replacement at that point. And that's usually around 3/30 seconds of an inch is where it's definitely time to replace it.
And then we talked about also checking your tire pressure, but there's a lot of fluids that you said that you want to check before
just
winter.
like any regular maintenance, the winter is hard on vehicles. Just want to make sure we have proper fluid levels. Most important is our coolant level. During hot temperatures in summertime, we use coolant to keep the engine cool, but it also serves as an antifreeze.
Okay.
If you think about your vehicle sitting outside on a 30-degree night, there's a chance it could freeze if you had low protection on your coolant. So that's basically just your coolant here, and we're going to check the strength of it and also the fluid level on it.
Okay, and what other things would we want to check?
Kind of like what we experienced today. Batteries struggle in cold weather, so we want to make sure we have good, strong...
So we did that all for your benefit to show you real life.
All learning experience, but basically just checking battery strength and making sure everything's up to snuff there. Obviously, just like any other maintenance, make sure your oil level's good and all that stuff. Just with the cold temperatures, everything's really under strain with mechanical-wise.
And obviously, it might be small, but your windshield wipers and the fluid.
Windshield wipers, and you can also change your washer fluid over from a summer grade to a winter grade that also has a de-icing agent to it. Also, other safety things to think of, just a cold weather kit in the car as far as blankets, a flashlight, just in case you do get in an unfortunate situation where you're stranded on the side of the road and it might be a while before someone can get to you. Those are other things to think about it. You also have, like you were talking about, windshield, your defrost for your heating system, and then also your rear defrost just to increase visibility in the morning and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anyone maybe needed help to winterize their car, can they stop by Mcgrath Auto?
Yeah, definitely. I work personally at the Mcgrath Hiawatha dealership, so it's Buick GMC Cadillacs, and they just call our BDC, and we'll get appointments set up when we get people in there, and definitely get a good inspection, make sure everything's up to snuff before it comes to us.
And a good tip my grandma always told me is in the winter, make sure you always have at least a quarter tank of gas.
That's a good thought too, especially with the ethanol blends and stuff like that. It's always good to maintain a good fuel level. And also you got to remember, you're going to idle a lot more. You're going to have vehicle warm-up time, or you should at least have a lot of time to let the vehicle warm up before you start operating. So you are going to burn a little bit more fuel in the winter, and it's always good that's a good thought to have at least a quarter tank.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Preston, for your time. If you need to check him out, get help winterizing your car, Mcgrath Auto in Hiawatha is where he is. Now coming up, this Iowan that you're about to see grabbed the limelight this campaign season.